The world is truly beautiful and amazing with its diversity and unpredictability. You can find a huge number of amazing phenomena, stunning natural landscapes, unique animals, and diverse cultures. In this episode, you will see the most unusual situations from our world that were captured on camera. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel so as to not miss even more interesting episodes. It is a well-known fact that children have amazing flexibility. However, the property of this arm is puzzling. She can boast that water will not spoil her hairstyle. No water repellent spray is capable of this. Bicycles are stored on balconies in many countries, while residents of Dubai are famous for their luxury vehicles. Undoubtedly, the water here has a special taste. The sleepy and tired driver was quickly cheered up by the sound of the engines of a passing plane. The flight was extraordinary, but the landing was still quite tough. Despite this, he got a lot of pleasure and unforgettable emotions. The owner of this house is incredibly happy that the tree fell in the other direction, but they have to perform some general cleaning. It is only through hard work and regular training that you can improve your physical fitness and achieve the desired results. This way, the snake embodies one of the most ancient symbols known to mankind. The process of making this element of home decor is fascinating. It seems to be clear how this could happen, but why was the truck lifted in the first place? This is not an invisible man washing the window and not some kind of innovative technology, but just a feature of the glass coating. Even if the truck did not reach its destination, the driver can be happy with the fact that no one was injured and the car did not overturn. Judging by how quickly the cat took a comfortable position, he's been accompanying the owner for years. This cute sea otter wrapped itself in seaweed to relax and take a nap on the shore. I'm curious about what influenced the behavior of the fish so much. Do you know?
Why are they standing still? Fish real? What is going on?
Sea snakes live in the warm waters of the Indian and Pacific Oceans. Their venom is dangerous to humans, but they usually do not attack first, especially if you meet them out of the breeding season. If he really needed to deliver these tires to the city, then he's doing great. Everyone has their own style of work. It's a little uncomfortable when a ghost plane appears out of nowhere. There is something about perfectly synchronized movements that does not allow you to take your eyes off of what is happening on stage. The migration of crabs does not go unnoticed here. Just one breath of this man amazes others. Just imagine what would happen if he accidentally fell into this den of jellyfish. Harry Houdini would be pleasantly surprised by his unusual skills. This is what our planet would look like if Newton hadn't described the law of gravity. This is another opportunity for a person to feel superior, but as soon as the sun sets, it'll disappear. I'm curious whose skeleton it is and what happened to this animal. Over time, this car will become a symbol reminding locals that parking is allowed only in permitted places. The marsh cypress grows in the swampy subtropical areas with high levels of underground water. In addition, the roots of the tree diverging horizontally form unique outgrowths called pneumatophores. The football match of one's favorite team is certainly an important event, but is it more important than your own life? If it weren't for the people in the background, you'd think it was a photo. However, the thing is that the dog can't take its eyes off the squirrel. Most likely, he is not the first one who decided to try to do so, but his reaction is inimitable. There is nothing unusual, it's just that the girl prefers to take her pet everywhere with her. You're responsible for what you've tamed. It is very convenient to have a pickup truck. It looks like you can load anything and in any quantity. And how do you like such a twist? To be honest, I can't do without your comments here. It is unlikely that the recipe of the dish requires using such a special cooking method. I'm sure that the oven independently chose this mode. Perhaps the farmer is desperately trying to warm the chickens. I have to say that it's hardly a good idea. This is a very efficient and, most importantly, a really profitable marketing approach. It's not a bad option to improve your vestibular apparatus, and if he wears wet clothes, they can dry quickly. Many people just love cats and everything related to them. They seem ready to admire them from any angle and under any circumstances. Apparently, it's easy to say about him that he is small yet very angry. For a complete image, only a muzzle is missing. On this escalator in China, you can go on an amazing journey where you can see all the beauty of the underwater world. At night, you might think that this is a living being. It can scare the hell out of you. I wonder how many tickets they had to buy to carry such a passenger. If you also want to stroke a killer whale and, most importantly, find out what it feels like, then like this video. It's nice to see that thanks to modern technologies, special devices are being created to improve the quality of people's lives. Rowley Shoals are atolls in Australia where azure waters stretch to an empty horizon. Getting to this incredible place is not an easy task. Every year, only about 200 lucky people go diving there. One of the natural wonders of the world is hanging boulders. They've been in a position that defies logic for centuries. It looks like the snake is conducting some kind of mystical ritual here. The halo is a rare natural phenomenon. This is an atmospheric optical phenomenon, as well as the rainbow and the northern lights. It would seem that in a couple more seconds, this strange structure is about to fly high into the sky. The talents and abilities of some people are sometimes incredibly amazing and even shocking. This girl could easily have starred in horror films without additional makeup. In some parts of our planet, in order to survive in winter, people have to work very hard and overcome a difficult path. We can only feel sorry about someone who finds such a sight in the dark. It's clear that this is not magic, but why the bike ended up at such a height is still a mystery. The locals were uncomfortable that evening because this is one of the options for how any scary events in the horror films begin. Watching clouds is always fascinating because sometimes they take on fantastic shapes. Do you think this is an unusual visual illusion associated with the play of light, or is it a portal to another dimension? To be honest, I'm speechless after witnessing it. What about you? There is probably a scientific explanation for this mysterious circle in the sky. However, some of the eyewitnesses will still be sure that this is the work of aliens. When clouds in the shape of a cross appear in the sky, even non-believers involuntarily think about the existence of God. A little more and he can create his own gang that will work for him. He wasn't robbed at all, he's just too harsh even for severe frosts. With this skill, she'll be the star of any pub. Before you decide to conquer Machu Picchu, you should work out in the gym for several months.
Shock of my life. Walked out of my bedroom, thought that my kitchen was on fire.
The owner of the house was very scared when he saw a fire in his kitchen, but within a couple of seconds, he realized that it was just a reflection of the TV in the glass. Science fiction fans must be thrilled with this video. What's going on here, and why does this little flower think it's a propeller? Nowadays, there are so many forms of physical activity, so you can choose any. This one looks intriguing, and it certainly helps to engage muscle groups at the same time. This huge crocodile seems to have frozen in anticipation of someone who will not notice its predatory gaze and go down into the water. Obviously, they spend too much time together. This cat was the victim of a very strong hypnosis. This peacock has something to be proud of because it has a gorgeous tail and even a red color, which is a symbol of good luck. The dog simply had no chance to resist its red-haired roommate. Judging by its doomed look, this was not something unknown to it. The owners of this dog wondered where it disappeared to from time to time until they noticed that it had its own private passage to the next room. Sometimes we all forget something important and return home for it. It looks like these are miniature and very hungry versions of the well-known Nemo. At the sight of so many worms, many people begin to feel a slight itch all over their bodies. For some, absolute relaxation is rafting on the Pai River in Thailand. No paddling or fighting the current, just glide through the water and enjoy the sun and the surrounding scenery. People from all over the world travel to the completely deserted and arid American desert in Nevada to finally visit the world-famous Burning Man festival. Apparently, it has always been his dream to ride along the Hollywood Walk of Fame at full speed. Drawing helps him not only to express himself and create art objects, but also relieve stress. For people who are afraid of crowds, this is what hell looks like. Do you have any idea what kind of cute little creatures they are? Write it in the comments below. It seems that someone has started a mass protest here and is no longer going to stay in such a small aquarium. At first glance, it does not immediately become clear where the front is. This rooster looks like a penguin with its gait, and all because of congenital diseases. However, it did not prevent it from living the life worthy of a bird. Seems that one of them is just waiting for the other to have fun, and it will finally be possible to go home. The seagulls gathered in such a crowd for a reason. For sure, the fisherman had a great catch. He has only to look at them, as it becomes clear who is in charge here. Are you also wondering why he's collecting them? Everything is simple. He wants to put it in his aquarium. It's scary to imagine how long this snail has been waiting for someone to save it.
You've already got a bit of coconut that you're eating. What are you doing?
Imagine the beekeeper's surprise when, instead of the usual honeycombs, he saw something unusual. Turns out that ducks are very disciplined birds. This impressive eco-hotel has opened in the ancient oasis of the desert canyons of the Ashar Valley in Saudi Arabia. It is located between bizarre sandstone cliffs and ancient settlements where a trade route took place back in the 1st century AD. Modern rescue helicopters can safely evacuate injured climbers from the second high-altitude camp on Everest, located at an altitude of 6,400 miles. Such flights are very dangerous and require extraordinary skill and experience from the pilots. What an incredible footage! We always strive to choose the best content for you. Americans are famous for their love of fast food, every time they find a way to make the dish more nutritious and tastier. This is a huge pizza for a big company. I wonder if they can eat it in one evening. The girl waited a very long time for the plane to take off so that she could finally relax and remove extra clothes that did not fit in her hand luggage. The owners of this institution could not get a certificate for the quality of their dishes, so they decided to play it safe and replace the chairs with toilet bowls. Very often, small children can find something interesting even without toys and find new ways of entertainment. When checking in at this hotel, guests most likely need to notify the staff how well they can swim. Only the top of the CN Tower in Toronto has a chance to see the sunlight, while the whole city is going to witness a cloudy day. Everyone has a different understanding of a beautiful and toned body. The taste of this man is quite specific. After seeing this, most people will try to at least reach their nose with their tongue. What's going on here? Who is this man, and why haven't they written articles yet that refute his superpowers? The fees of this delivery service are really high, while the employees deserve a lot of tips. Engineers have managed to create a hyper-realistic robot of a gigantic size. Now pay attention to how perfectly executed every detail of it is executed. This chicken wanted to live so much that a real miracle happened. The lack of free time and water forced him to resort to desperate measures. Spiders are very vulnerable during molting. This process is necessary for them to grow. People suffering from a fear of confined spaces are not comfortable watching this video, let alone being here. Love triangles bring nothing but suffering. Fortunately, the participants in this incident remained unharmed, although they suffered material damage. Lone Maple Leaf has checked the situation and is returning home to share the information with others. It seems that someone paused the video but forgot to notify the bird about it. The fact is that some birds can hang in one place, however, it takes a lot of their strength and power. I would not like to get in their way. These birds have a real feast here. This talented artist knows how to give passers-by a smile. This is Lake Peliafa in Chile. It has a glacial origin and simply fascinates with its beauty and mystery. If someone did not know, then the process of creating plush toys looks exactly like this. The machine uses the pipe to fill the toys, and the employee is responsible for its uniform distribution. Even such a controlled flow of water is impressive. Every rescue operation in the mountains is a risk for all its participants. Helicopter pilots train tirelessly to ensure flight safety. The shadow of these kids is reminiscent of small, energetic monkeys. After seeing something unusual in the sky, people often begin to reflect on the nature of this object and its possible origin. Some may immediately associate it with extraterrestrial beings or military technology, while others seek to find a logical explanation to calm their anxiety. The test flight of the Starship spacecraft is a grandiose event that is stunning in its scope. This art project can be seen from afar, and it causes quite mixed feelings.
How many you got on here? You don't know? You lost count? Yes, sir. You the starter. Damn, about 500. Woo! That's what I'm talking about. I love it. I love it, man.
There are mountain goats in Canada who can ride a car with pleasure. They must have taken a great selfie. There are tribes in the world that are completely isolated from civilization. In fact, they're in constant search of vital resources. For example, the Bauzi live in the wild jungles of New Guinea, hunting and fishing. Their diet is based on starch, which they get from the trunks of sago palms. The whale shark is accompanied by its faithful striped pilotfish. In the spring, you can observe amazing phenomena in nature. You probably thought that something like this was described only in science fiction. There are legends that monsters can be found in the waters of the Amazon. Just look at the monsters that live there. It's worth thinking a million times before going there. Are they all trying to cheer it up so it can lay eggs sooner? Do you think there is still a chance for this worm to get out? Some feel great among others and do not want to stand out in any way, while others prefer to attract attention in any way. Who would have thought that it was the choice of underwear that would spoil this unforgettable moment? Do you know how important it is to use sunscreen? This girl knows better than anyone that you should not neglect your health. And our episode has come to an end, and we hope that you enjoyed watching this video. We look forward to your questions and comments. Thank you for always being with us.